Hello, folks. Thank you for joining us and welcome to the live event. Here we are again. So, we just finished the premiere of episode 246. And I'm hoping, I believe the storyteller is going to be joining us here. She was in on the premiere, and I hope she follows us over here to the live event. And I see Brenda leaped over successfully, and Chris Potts is here, and Wendy Parrish is here. She's such a troublemaker, that Wendy Parrish. Holy cow. Chris says, I can't wait to get back to Houston. Been in North Dakota and just parked in Agmore, Ardmore, maybe? Ardmore, Oklahoma? I've been there. Ardmore, Oklahoma has a Frank Lloyd Wright building, right? Anyway, welcome, Ashley. Glad you could join us here at the live event. Going to remind everybody, do the thumbs up thing. It's supposed to help our channel, and that's always nice. So, Ashley, since you're here, maybe you could tell us a little bit about what the experience was like sharing your story. Wasn't that hard, was it? Brenda's a California girl transplanted to Oklahoma years ago. I will stop picking on Yankees now. Will you? Will you? Wendy says, Ashley, I really feel like I know Russell so much better. You did a phenomenal job. Yeah, she did. She, what? It's just coffee, Brad. Just coffee. I am 90 minutes north of you in Oklahoma. Two Frogs is a good restaurant in Ardmore. Mmm, sounds appetizing. So Ashley says about the experience, I don't know where to begin. It was amazing. It definitely helped me more in the healing process. Isn't that kind of cool? And I get to see that a lot, and it's such a great reward to me. Hello, Candice. Uh, Brass. That must mean Brad, because it's Friday and you're up late because it's after 6 o'clock. Oh, Brad. Yeah, there we are. Hello, Deidre. Happy Friday, Deidre. I saw you on Facebook. I'm pretty sure. And K9 is here. Hey there, another Yankee here. Hello, all. I just finished watching. You did great, Ashley. Ashley said, after we finished, he handed me a shirt and also a thing of lifesavers, and I was speechless. Yeah, we've talked about that before here in these live events, the lifesavers and the t-shirts, and so it's cool that you brought that up. That's cool. So somebody brought up North Dakota. We actually got an inquiry from someone in North Dakota wanting to share their story today. Just today, we heard from someone in North Dakota, someone in Massachusetts, someone in Los Angeles, and someone else. Remember the 5-year plan. I still have the lifesavers in my desk. That's so cool. Some people will open them right away and start running around sharing them, and then other people never open them. And I think Christopher Carlson, Chris in Houston, with the boots. Is that you? Maybe. MA. MA is in Massachusetts? Or MA as looking for mama? Or MA is in short for maybe? So, I'm just... Dun, 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 dun. We had trees down around the house and a lot of other stuff blown all over the place. Thanks for asking. We did lose power for a while. Okay, Chris. In Houston, there's a lawyer who has the same name as you, and he's quite a character. So Wendy says, I'm flying from Barbados to Charlotte, and I have to get ready for landing now. Sorry I have to leave early, but I will be watching your story multiple times and sharing big love and hugs to you all. Wendy, you'll probably, Amanda Yates is going to be our next story. You might like knowing that. Since that was at Jacksonville, right? Thanks for joining us, Wendy. So here we are. We have how many? We have over 30 people with us right now. And so some of you are probably maybe new, and maybe you have some questions for me or for the storyteller for the story that just finished. And so please feel free to ask away. That is thank you, Wendy. That's the whole goal of the live events, is to keep open lines of communication and really reinforce the importance of communicating. Brad, I have an idea for Carla. I will write it down so I don't forget to tell you on June 15th. Okay, so I also wanted to ask if I have to look, because I saw a name in the premiere, and I want to see if she might also be here. Tamara with an extra M and an extra R. Are you here with us in this live event? Carla should be on. Yeah, where's Carla? There she is. Dun, 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 dun. That's awesome. So, okay, we've got over 30 people in the room right now, and we've only got 3 thumbs up. Golly. Ashley says, after we lost my brother, I started doing research and found a Facebook group called Lost Voices of Fentanyl. Yes, we know them. There's actually a video about LVOF on our channel. And if you go to our playlists, there's a playlist called Fentanyl Related Organizations or something like that. And in there is an interview with April Babcock talking about Lost Voices of Fentanyl. And And there's a very cool. So there's a cool video about that, and April Babcock's story is one of the stories in our series as well. You tell them, Ashley, hit the like button. Brenda, that's why we're here. Carlos's dad, are you still doing the fire play? Brad always keeps it lively, which is cool. Kind of impressive to keep it so lively when he's probably getting to that age where he needs a walker. Got to finish dinner, y'all. Just wanted to stop by and send prayers to you all. Thank you, Deidre. Thank you for being here. I believe on Facebook I may have sent you an invite to join the Storyteller group. So in a few weeks, I'm going to be in Oklahoma City, and we're going to be doing a luncheon in Oklahoma City. Right, Brad? That's the big plan. And we're still trying to figure out what location we're going to use for the luncheon. I feel like it's the kind of thing where we just want to show up and sort of invade them. We don't really need to. We don't need no stinking reservations, right? So what are some good, simple, it seems like some place like a wing place or something casual and no, I haven't, Carla. It's not just up to me, it's up to everybody. I am good with whatever. So it needs to be a good place that is suitable that's flexible in terms of how many people could join us. It could be only 5 or 6 people, or it could be 10 or 20 or something like that. No telling, but as the day gets closer and it gets more fine-tuned, we're going to announce it in the Facebook group, and we might announce it on the YouTube channel as well. And so we will, who knows? I had normal emotions until I started using. I had no idea I was suffering emotions all those years that then today happen. And Russ and Ashley remind me that my emotions are all part of being human. Wonderful. That's a victory. Candace was cooking. Robin is emailing you a list. My idea was killed without a vote. Uh-oh. Brenda? Put your idea on the list and, emotions are normal in a process of the healing part of the healing process. Yeah, I get what you mean. I would love to show up for it. Well, Candace, are you in Oklahoma? Russ would call me when it snowed to ask me how weather was. Always when I was shoveling, still makes. Wow, that's good. Is anyone going to the Lost Voices of Fentanyl rally in October? We may. Crazy Coons, welcome from down under. We may go to the rally. It depends on what else we have going on. We were at the rally last year, and it's a wonderful event. Brenda says, Candace, please show up. Too much testosterone can be a bad thing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. uh, yeah, sure, Brad. Yeah, let's all go to Brenda's house for lunch. That'll be cool. We'll just. We had 10 mamas going from Oklahoma. Going to the lunch or going to the rally? Going to the rally, right? Brad, come on. I love to cook and I am damn good at it. Mm-hmm. Okay, then. So if there's anyone, I think I started to say this before, if there's anyone who's maybe new to the channel or new to the live stuff, uh, you and maybe you've got some questions, feel free to jump on out, put your questions out there, and I'll do my best to answer them. Or Ashley is the storyteller from the story that just premiered, so she may, if you have questions for her, she can answer your questions, I'm sure. So is there anyone new? So there's that. I don't remember seeing your name before. It could be I forgot. See, my brain is full, and sometimes stuff gets pushed out because it's so full, because I know so much. It's a curse, really. Okay, we're all going to Brenda's bring aside. Oh, no. No. I don't. Hmm. So, okay, thank you for admitting your tears. I was beginning to think I was the only one who tore through a whole box of Kleenex. Yes, I buy the name brand. I've been here with y'all before. Thank you. So there's that. I I forget. Glenn, do y'all plan on reaching out to past storytellers to see how their cases have went? Yes. Yeah, we're open to that anytime. I've told you guys before about our private Facebook group called Texas Pictures Storytellers. And in that group is everybody who has shared a story with it, virtually everybody. There's two or three that aren't. There's one or two that aren't on Facebook. But virtually all of them are part of the group, and also about half of the group is made up of people who want to share their story, and we just haven't made it to wherever in the country they are yet. So, one of our mamas, she just got justice for her son Gavin. We have a Gavin story. Is it that mom? Gavin Long? Oh, when she walked in to her father's hospital room and saw her brothers and her grandparents. I know we all wish we could experience that from one of our loved ones. Ashley, you are so blessed. Where's that going to be, Carla? Well, gosh, Brad. Yes, Glenn, him. So that's awesome. That's Oklahoma too. Crazy Coons, thank you, sir. Very, very, very grateful for that. Uh, we haven't seen we haven't seen Nux in a while. All right, so you do that. Sounds cool. Not too many people with Potts as a last name. No, but there's a small town in central, not all that small of a town. There's a town in central Texas that has uh, I think it's the oldest department store in Texas, and it's in downtown Belton. And the name of the store is Cochran, Blair, and Potts. And I know a Potts who is one of those Potts. His love for kids was like no other. Okay, Tulsa. Okay, Tulsa. What? What I miss? His love for kids. Okay, Tulsa. Chris, thank you for asking. I am so happy to now know when it is a weekend or a holiday as opposed to my using days when every day was on repeat. He truly loved his niece and nephew, and they miss him dearly. Brad is Rain's grandpa. Hmm. Glenn, what? Do you know the Potts in Belton? Ashley, everyone deserves that one crazy fun uncle. I am sorry Russ was taken from your babies. We will all miss her terribly. So I appreciate you guys being here. Uh, there's actually a city in central Texas called Pottstown. Really? Pottstown. I hadn't heard of that one. I'm not doubting it. I'm just saying I haven't heard of it. But I know that the Potts family is big in Belton, which is a town right next to Temple. The Potts family has been big there, uh, and and still they still are big. I didn't get to meet up with you at the dinner after the filming in Oklahoma City. Well, next time, maybe meet up for lunch at Brenda's or wherever we decide. But someplace nice, someplace nice. No, no, not someplace well suited for a group that is likely to be just a little bit unruly. Hello, F4. Is that Jody? Am I remembering that? Filipino. It's a typo, Brad. She meant to say filming, but good job. Way to catch the details. Maybe we're related somewhere down the road. Hello, Ashley. Oh, sorry. Okay, Ashley. Chris, I'm I'm Agmore. You mean Ardmore, right? Is there an Agmore too? Ardmore, Oklahoma, if anyone around me wants to meet up for dinner. Fat fingers. My daughter still has Russ Red Sox hat. That's cool. That's way cool. I really appreciated this story. about Russ. We don't get to hear from a lot of siblings. We hear from mostly we hear from parents, and so it's a cool twist when we hear from a sibling or an aunt, like in the case of Wendy Parrish. Ashley says, "Thank you, Glenn, for doing this. This means so much to me." Well, I'm, I'm, I'm glad you're here. Well, I appreciate you being here and meeting the usual suspects that are here in most of the live events, like Brad and Carla, Chris, and there's some that are missing. We have Candace and of course Brenda, Crazy Koontz, and who else? F417H. Was I right? Jody. Am I remembering it right? Am I? I don't know, but I don't see any answer. But that doesn't mean it didn't happen. It just means I haven't seen it. Glenn, what's in your cup? It's just coffee. It's actually decaf coffee, even. Guys, it's late. I was worried about my parents watching it. That's interesting. That maybe I would say something wrong, but I was worried for nothing. So did your parents watch it? Were your parents part of the premiere or did they see it before? Wow, Chris. Well, wow. That's terrible. That's It's not the kind of thing we usually hear about here. What uh Jean? Thank you for allowing her story to be heard. Russ was such a kind soul, and Ashley is so brave for doing this. He has missed so much. Chris, I'm so sorry for your loss. Cousins are our first partners in crime. Holy cow, they are, aren't they? Wow, I mean, wow. That's so insightful. I never thought of it that way, but what a great way to describe cousins. Spending time with cousins, you are so likely to get into stuff you shouldn't get into in a good way, right? Yes. He was only 39 years old. So, so how does that happen, Chris? With a 7-year old and another one on the way. What you can't think of, your cousins can and will. That's good. That's really good because yeah, I had one of those cousins growing up. His name was Bill, and Bill has passed. He was 2 days younger than me. It strikes me, Chris, because the story is from Houston, and he was intoxicated at 2 a.m., and the neighbor and him were arguing, and he went outside and got his gun and shot him twice in the chest. Just wow. We do we do make stories like that too. In fact, we are working on we're developing a series about crime victims, about victims that are waiting for justice and struggling to get justice. Again, there's a lot of overlap, much like the overlap between addiction recovery and fentanyl poisoning, and there's overlap between addiction recovery and the human trafficking stories as well, because many of the trafficking survivors are also in recovery. So there's a whole lot of overlap. Where am I at here? There we go. I'm losing my place, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I got it. I got it. Don't don't worry. So what else is going on, folks? Is there any new insights in the news in the last couple of days? You know, fentanyl doesn't really get the attention in the media that it should, and but once in a while there will be some level of coverage that is kind of substantial. I know that we've had segments from some of our stories featured on Fox News, and regardless of what you think of Fox News or any of the others, they have a big audience, and so exposure to a big audience has great value. It helps increase awareness and helps save lives. But overall, there is not at the local level. There it seems like there's it's more likely for there to be more coverage at a local level. When we go to a town, typically we try to always contact the local media and let them know what we're doing and encourage them to do stories that feature what we're doing. Well, because when we have one of these storytelling summits, we've got a situation where in one building, 5 or 6 or 7 or more people who have lost someone to fentanyl poisoning are in one spot. And from a news channel perspective, they've got this opportunity to it's low hanging fruit. All of those all of those family members who have lost someone, to where they're looking at the opportunity to interview 3 or 4 or 5 parents or 3 or 4 or 5 mothers about losing someone to fentanyl right there in one spot. And so it's a sweet opportunity for them. So we get these exposure. We wind up being getting a. Thank you for joining us, Candace. We'll see you. We'll see you next time. We'll have another story ready. Today's Friday. We'll have another one Sunday. Sometime late afternoon, early evening, something like that. We don't have a time set yet. We don't have the story quite finished yet, so it'll be fine. Carla asked about Mars because I brought Buttons a new toy and she ignores it, so I'll bring it to Mars on June 15th. Okay, well, there you go. Now Mars has a toy. That is so cool. That is so cool. So hopefully let's really sort out where where we're gonna go. Let's get this figured out so that we can make the information available to people who aren't in these live events and make it happen. Crazy Coons, the government here has caused this problem as legal tobacco here is $50 to $70 a packet. Wow. We have not decided on a location, Carla, but someone, there was a message earlier, someone is going to be sending some sort of list, and we will kind of go through and pick a spot based on the list. But to me, it seems like it should be some place that is pretty casual, flexible, kind of sports bar with comfort food kind of thing. Something like that. Because they're easy, and it's just a good kind of casual wander around environment. Queensland, Australia. Well, I wish you could make it. Carly, you're not helping me here. McDonald's, really, really, McDonald's. Holy cow. McDonald's, you're killing me. Yeah, I figured that out, Carla. But you guys get what I mean. It needs to be a place that is kind of come and go, kind of casual. You know, like so we will find a place. We will figure it out. Someone is going to send me a list, and from the list we can have a discussion next time we're here, or maybe we'll have a live event that's specifically for this event in Oklahoma. It's interesting how the crowd tends to be kind of Oklahoma heavy. I don't understand why, but that's cool. Golden Corral has Golden Corral. Golden Corral kind of seems like feeding time at the zoo to me. That's just me. And Libby's? You mean Lubies? Wow, Lubies. Holy cow. Ashley says I'm getting spammed with messages from family and friends. All their words warm my heart, and I appreciate their kind words. How cool is that? Awesome, Carla. Appreciate that a lot. So, Ashley, you're getting messages from family and friends who saw the story, who've been watching it. That's way cool. I will sneak through McDonald's drive-through when no one is looking. Well, that's cool. You go right ahead. I have not had a McDonald's. Let's see how Russ's story is. I haven't had McDonald's in at least 5 years. It is Glenn. His best friend has me in tears at the moment. I assume that means at the moment, not automatic teller machine. But yeah. So let me see where I'm at. What is I supposed? Oh yeah, I was gonna look at the views. Get lost. Let's see where we're at. So far, Russell's story has had over 1,300 views, which is right in line with what most of our stories do. It's awesome. I like this Carl's thing. I'm thinking it might be a typo, but calling Carla Carl's, that's kind of cool. Sounds cool. Is it in Chandler, Oklahoma City? Carla, my band could play. My band could play. Brad's band. Yeah, that's cool. I thought it was pretty impressive that there wasn't oxygen tanks on the stage. It's in downtown. Is this the one we talked about before? Awesome Russ is out there saving lives. So downtown Oklahoma City. What the all the thing I always think of is no, Carly, you do not. The thing I always think about in downtown Oklahoma City is how challenging parking might be. Brad, what type of music is it? It's like show tunes and stuff, right? Oklahoma, where the wind blows, right? I love Toby Keith's restaurant in Oklahoma City. I've been there. Right? Was that in Oklahoma City? What's next? The truck yard has a lot of free parking. Okay, so I went to a restaurant. I don't remember where I was. We get around, a lot of travel. But I remember going to a restaurant that was Toby Keith's something, and it was walking distance from the hotel I was staying at, and there was some sort of little river walk kind of thing. You know, is that? Oh wow, that's there you go. So no show tunes. Hmm, cool. Yeah, it's a bar and grill kind of thing. The thing I'm thinking of, I don't know, is that Oklahoma with the Riverwalk, right? Yeah. It seems like I remember there was plenty of parking there. That seems like that could be a good place. Yeah, maybe that'd be a good one. So we can discuss it, you know, offline. Give it some thought. That seems like YouTube, Oklahoma City, DC. I did a gig with a ACDC tribute band over here 2 years ago. Well, that's interesting. A gig. So, Koontz, what do you do? And a musician or like a drummer? So I always try to take a moment to reinforce my message about naloxone. So we can do that right now. It only takes a moment. Guitar. Oh, so cool. Real instrument. Way to go. So it's always important to me to reinforce this. So this is I don't know what happened here. It's not showing. Oh, look at that. Oh, I thought I was being so smooth. Okay, it's always important to me to reinforce this. This is one, two, three, four, five, six examples. Six examples of naloxone. They are all equally effective, and only one says Narcan. Naloxone is what matters. Yeah, it only lasts a minute or so. It's not too harsh, but I really like to reinforce this because I would hate to see someone not try a solution just because the box doesn't say Narcan on it, but it does say naloxone. And so I think that's a big deal. So there's my little soapbox. And that's probably enough of that. So let me see where we're at here. So who has some other fentanyl awareness efforts going on in your area? We know about the approaching rally in DC. What other kind of things are going on that any of you guys have heard of, or think that the viewers with us should be aware of? The rally in DC. Here's something that I learned about the rally in DC is it's easier to be a part of it than you would expect. Getting into DC isn't that tough. Getting to the rally isn't that tough, especially with Uber and Lyft and solutions like that. Crazy Kuntz says ACDC is the best thing to come out of Australia. You think that's better than Melba toast? I'm just asking. I don't know why I got Melba toast stuck in my head as an Australia thing. K9, none that I'm aware of, but I haven't used naloxone in over a week, so I'm very happy about that. Hmm. Okay. Yes, they're trying to get me to dress like a school kid, but I refuse to appoint. Can you do the Brad? Can you do that kick thing? That kick walk thing? You know that the schoolboy does. You know what I'm talking about when he scoots across the stage. Can you do that? Well, yeah, isn't Melba toast an Australia thing? Isn't that where it came from? Isn't that one of Australia's big claims to fame? Melba toast. Not very well. Okay, so that would be a great. That sounds like something that could go viral on YouTube if you can't do it very well. That'd be good because you got to be careful because you don't want to break a hip. Melba toast is from France. Is that what you're telling me? I'm remembering a guy from Australia telling me that Melba toast was one of Australia's claims to fame. Maybe he didn't know. Brenda says, everyone, what you take for granted, someone else is praying for. That's so important. That is such a big deal because There are everyone here. If you're here, you have some blessings. You have some blessings that you may not even recognize as blessings, but there's a lot of love in the group. There's that. Just the fact that you can be in the group, just the fact that you have internet access and you have a way to make the time to participate in the group, that is a luxury to a lot of people. You're alive. So there are many things to be thankful for. A touch too much. I don't think being alive is a blessing anymore, but I'm thankful for my family and friends. I understand how you feel, Carla. We're all here for you. All of these people are, even the crazy ones. So Ashley, did Ashley leave? Did Ashley step away, or is she still part of the group here? Brenda, so true. I always believe there is someone doing worse, and that gets me through my days. I had one of those. Some of you guys may not know this, but I am deaf in one ear. And it's brutal because it not only doesn't hear, but it creates noise. This ringing tinnitus that just goes on all day long, every day for the last 18 years. And not long after it began, when I was frustrated and dealing with at the time was a constant headache, I got this project for a man who wanted to leave something for his family because he was dying. And so that really that fixed me in terms of being grateful. He would have loved to have been losing an ear instead. So there was a great lesson in that. His name was Fred Potter. Brilliant, sharp guy. Let me see where I'm at. I always believe there's someone doing worse. K9, so Brenda says, K9, keep a close eye on her. My detox lasted 16 days. It's much easier after her system is clean. Don't judge what she says or does during this time. Ashley, let me know when you want to talk. Very cool. Brianna, make me shine just a little bit. Just a little bit with just a touch of love. That's a song, I guess, right? I don't get out much, I guess. I don't know. So, K9 I can tell right away when she relapses, then I am extra vigilant. Brenda says, Carla, I think it's great that you are alive. I'm praying for you to find a new way to carry your burden. I wish I could help you carry. We're all grateful that you're alive, Carla. K9 says, I keep my mouth shut because I know how bad she feels when she uses. I don't want to add to that and push her further. Yeah, it's a delicate balance when you're helping someone detox, when you're helping someone try to start on that pathway to recovery, that you want to be supportive, but you also want to be firm, but you don't want to be alienating. It's a challenge. Well, no, they don't. There's no grime. No, well, there's a little bit of a ring from the that foamy, they call it crema, that you get when you make an espresso. There's a little bit of that, but that'll just add to the flavor of the next cup. Cause I'm out. Brianna, it never goes away. I feel like I'm going crazy. So, Carla, I can tell you, it is. I always get a lot out of seeing you. I get a lot from talking to you, and I always look for those brief little smiles and little chuckles. Not so much laughing really, unless you're asking about my cup. Maybe I don't know, but occasional chuck and it makes me feel so good to see you laugh, to see you smile, to see you just be in the world for a moment. It's a cool thing, like talking about we were talking about the DC rally earlier, and that made me think of that when we were at that. There was that hotel lobby event where there was a whole bunch of rally attendees, and I remember you guys were there, and oh, it's just cool. Oh, I tried tough love. I was so sick throwing her out, thinking, what's she doing to survive? I made her come home. At least I knew she was safe. Yeah, there's a balance. Yeah, and the balance is going to be different from person to person. That what's the right balance for one person is going to be different from what's the right balance for someone else. That you have to you have to find that balance based on what you know about the person, based on what they share, what they do, what you feel they're capable of. Carla, I just wake up. Well, the thing's telling me I should insert an ad. Carla, I just wake up knowing I am crazy, so the rest of the day is all good. I don't know why crazy has such a bad rap. Yeah, crazy can be a good time for sure. Good comment, Brenda. Very good. Very good. So it's interesting that YouTube is telling me I should insert an ad now. That's interesting. So I'm gonna click this little button here and see what happened. Okay, I clicked the button saying insert an ad. I feel like I am still live. I'm not seeing any sort of ad flag or whatever, but we've been here for an hour, so we're going to be wrapping it up pretty soon. I always say that, and then holy cow, we wind up going another 15 or 20 minutes, but we are going to try really hard to wrap it up this time. And so is there anyone here who has some questions that you'd like to share? Questions for me? Brianna got an ad. I got an ad for therapy. Okay. We don't we don't get to pick the ads. We get to exclude ads. So like we have alcohol ads excluded, and we have gambling ads excluded, and there's a few others, I believe. Well, we're here for you, Brenda. We're here for all you guys. It's really such a blessing to me to get to do this kind of stuff, and I am so very grateful. I got an ad about the 5-year plan. Yeah, that's your dad's doing, I think. What made you shift your broadcast career in this direction? Well, I can tell you, it wasn't really a broadcast career. It was more of an industrial career. That I started Texas Pictures in 2007. And from then until almost 3 years ago, most of the work that we did was industrial training and safety kind of videos and that kind of stuff. And so once in a while we would get to do something like a documentary. We've done several projects for the Houston Police Department that are documentaries, and for the city of Baytown and the Baytown Police Department, and some work for the Belton Police Department. We talked about Belton earlier. And that was kind of, and Mothers Against Drunk Driving has been another big one. We have several projects working with them right now. And that's been a big impact on how we've grown, because we developed a bit of a reputation for working with law enforcement and for attacking these kinds of topics. And so when we did the first set of stories for the DEA. The DEA hired us to be part of a fentanyl awareness summit that they had here in Houston, and our job was to create these stories, and we created 14 stories, actually 15. One never got public. And they took off when we put them on our YouTube channel, so we kept doing it. And it's such an important topic. It is so critically important that we felt like there was no way we couldn't keep doing it. And I met so many wonderful people, and like Carla, and like all you guys, and Brad. I'm so grateful for him showing up, just so I'm not the oldest guy in the room. And so I am very much living the dream right now, because all of the work that we're doing now is work telling stories that matter, and that's such a huge thing to me. I can't tell you enough. Brad, I'm going to ask St. Peter to bless you tonight. Don't hold your breath. I'm not Catholic, so my prayers to him may go to the back of the line. If you haven't already left, Ashley, thank you so much for being a part of this event. It's always great to have it's always great to have the storyteller in the live event after the premiere. And please feel free to join us for any future ones. There's an extra bit of magic having storytellers in the mix who have that special experience insight. 75? 75? 70. He's not 75. But I do think it's something like 66 or something, 64, I think. That's brutal, Carla. That's really brutal. So, good job. Glad glad to see that happening. But I think it is going to be about time for us to wrap it up. I really appreciate you guys very much. 59. Nope. That's BS right there. 59. Maybe if you started counting backward a few years ago. Bianchi Law Group. I don't know what to make of that. 5th anniversary, 64. See, that seems believable. Yes, I appreciate you all too. So, we are going to try to have a little bit more informative content on our next live event. I thought I would be able to have time to do it today, but we had a little bit of a software crisis. It made it look like we had lost. It was scary. Looked like we had lost stories from 3 cities. But things are much better now. K9, try to join us Sunday so we can get an update. God bless. Yeah. So I'm going back to this Toby Keith place. That seems like that could be a really good solution. But just because I've been there. Cindy Bennett. Hi there. How are you doing? Glad you're here. We are just about wrapping it up. You guys have a good weekend. We will have another story Sunday, mid to late afternoon, probably. We'll have another story. The story, I believe, is from Jacksonville. And it is a story that really focuses on dealing with local law enforcement. Local law enforcement in it's a sheriff's office in a small town in Florida. Yes, K9, there will be a premiere Sunday. It isn't set yet because it's not quite finished yet. There is not a great cushion of time between when a story is finished and when it goes public. We try to get them out right away because the messages are important. So we try to get them out really quick. So yes, there will be a premiere sometime around mid to late afternoon on Sunday is how it's looking right now. But just watch for the post. When we have a premiere ready, we post it on Facebook. We post it in the group on Facebook, and we post it on the YouTube channel in our community section. Well, thank you, Cindy. Thank you for being here. And thank you to all the others for being here. It is awesome. We have 41 people in the group right now, 43. And we have 16 likes. Come on, just a thumbs up. It's yeah. So anyway, thank you all for being here with us today. I'm so where's Nux and where is V? Haven't seen Nux in a little while. Anyway, so we're going to about wrap it up. And I want to always share with you guys. I want to remind you always that you're welcome to reach out to me, to contact me anytime. That you can email, you can find me on Facebook. Here's the information. Email info@texas-pictures.com. Find us on Facebook. We're also on TikTok. I do not pay that close of attention. And so, and our website, texas-pictures.com. Please feel free to reach out anytime on our website. You'll find all kind of ways to get in touch with us. So that's going to be it for now, folks. Thank you very much for joining us